Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and welcome for your reading for the new moon in Aries for April 2021. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time discussing the astrology of the moon because Saturday evening, 6 p.m. GMT, so 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific, I'll be live streaming for the new moon. I'll be doing readings there as well. And also, I'll be having on astrologer David Fisher so we can pick apart the new moon on the astrology level. As ever, this is a general reading, or will be once I cover what I've pulled out of the new moon. And general reading rules apply. You know, there's an intro here with a timestamp below, so you can fast forward to the reading, one if you want to, but please hang around once for this intro, because I would like you to watch your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, especially your rising sign. That's the one that I always feel is the most important. But hey, it's a new moon. Watch your moon sign. But in the first, I'm just going to pick out some aspects. It's probably the wrong word to use in this case. Some significations of this new moon. But as a general reading, you know, general reading rules will apply. Timing's not absolute. Roles can get reversed. You know the plot by now. And although you can ask a question prior to the reading, so you can have a think about that while I'm going through the moon itself, then hopefully that reading will give you some form of answer and you'll be able to tell if it's not a reading for you. It's a Celtic cross this time, so it's still, I don't like that idea of take what resonates. It's either the lot or nothing. That's the way my mind works. Whole thing or nothing at all. But again, with a Celtic cross, there is an element of past and present, so you'll be able to tell whether it's for you or not. Right, let's get on to this moon, 22 degrees Aries. Now, on the Facebook page for this channel, I've already posted a lot of the astrologers discussing this new moon, and every time I find a new show, I'll be posting that up there as well. So as you know, with the sun ingress into Aries, that's the start of the astrological new year. But it's almost like that between the sun ingress into Aries and the new moon in Aries is almost like a planning time, a waiting time, a time of potential. And the new moon in Aries is what really kicks the year off. Now, this year it's at 22 degrees Aries and is ruled by the angel Melahel, who, as a degree angel, represents sharing the flame, a healing capacity. That's good signs to start off with. Now, as one of the Shem HaMephorash, that's the angels who bear the name of God, and the meaning of Melahel's name is the God who deflects the evil. Now, all of these angels have 5 points around the zodiac, and I've been drawn recently to study these 5 points because, hey, that's where my background is. I want to know about the pentagrams. So, Melahel, you'd think all of them, but not according to the reference I've been looking at. But Melahel's 5 points do indeed form a pentagram, as do most of the degree angels, but strangely not all of them. Nithaya is one that doesn't. So if you have planets, obviously at 22 degrees Aries, but also 4 degrees Cancer, 16 degrees Virgo, 28 degrees Scorpio, or 10 degrees Aquarius, this could be a wonderful new moon to start something really, really creative, because it's a direct pentagram, quintile aspects between the various points, obviously, and there can be some wonderful energies being brought up by that. The fact that it's at 22 degrees, 24 minutes, is it 24 minutes? Yeah, 24 minutes Aries. It's in the first half of 22 degrees, because looking at the symbols, this degree is a little bit double-edged. But just going back to that pentagram, this is also the pentagram of the Saturn of Dion Fortune of the Order of the Golden Dawn. So if you know anything about Dion Fortune, you know that I expect setting intentions, doing some form of creative magic, or doing some form of creative project, starting it on the 3 days of this new moon to have some extra whammy, extra blessing, especially if you invoke the angel Melahel in this process. You know, even if it's you're just about to put paintbrush to canvas and say, Melahel, assist me with this. Angels need permission. They can't just do what they're designed to do without your permission, because they will always respect your free will. And Melahel especially is about those healing efforts. Supports the development of your healing gifts, I'm looking at right now, and helps you to accept those parts of you that you feel are hard to love. Restores and revitalizes with the energy of love. That's coming from an Aurosoma site that I used to think Aurosoma was a bit weird, and then I tried using it one time, only the one bottle, but I had spectacular results. So if you find one of those, what they called essences that you're drawn to, go for it. Now, Melahel is a guardian angel of a period of Cancer, July the 12th to the 16th. So if you are Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising, this should also be very, very useful to work with Melahel in your new creative project. And in terms of doing the magic, there is, now, where is it? Oops, I've put it in the wrong place. So there is, from Franz Barden, he, through his magical work, he found names and sigils for what he called the degree heads, those beings that exemplify, can explain the energy of each individual degree of the zodiac, as beings that a magician can evoke. Now, the name of the entity or degree head for 22 degrees Aries is Belisarius. Now, quoting from Barden's notes, this head, like the two foregoing ones, is superior to the others in wisdom, cleverness, and sagacity. And he teaches the magician to apply the laws of the zone girdling the earth by the Akasha principle to realize them in the physical world. Belisarius is always willing to help the magician in any respect. So, as well as invoking Melahel, maybe have a little word with Belisarius as well. And what that phrase meant in English, he teaches the magician to apply the laws of the zone girdling the earth, i.e. the zodiac, the ecliptic, by the Akasha principle to realize them in the physical world. Now, I am not a fan of quite a lot of the manifestation philosophies. I think it's taken a perfectly valid magical law and forgotten the fact that there's numerous others, depending on who you listen to. There's 6 others or there's 21 others, you know. So 22 would figure with the major arcana, really, wouldn't it? Or the tree of life. So even with that, with the description of Belisarius and his capabilities, that it's the secret incarnate, you know. So which is perfect for setting things into motion. With Melahel's, getting my teeth tongue-tied, Melahel's healing influence as well, because hey, world needs a lot of healing at the minute, doesn't it? So I don't think there's any of us in the life that couldn't do with a little smattering of some good healing energy, either for ourselves or that we can then radiate out into the world in a good hippie woo woo fashion, and actually do some good and improve the world. Now, this degree says take a chance. Looking at the Chandra symbol, the inside degree of this degree is Aries 23, because 22 degrees Aries to 23 degrees Aries is the 23rd degree, is a bottle labelled Drink Me. Now, if you remember, this is what made Alice in Wonderland shrink. The interpretation written from Inside Degrees is the force of events sweeps away who we thought we were and plunges us to a deeper place beyond the known. The sheer immediacy, the sudden clarity shifts mountains of intent into a different octave altogether. Being taken by storm is the most direct path from here to there. And when cosmic worlds are urgently coming through, the only smart thing to do is to step aside and make a huge amount of room for unexpected guests at events that you could never have arranged in your wildest dreams. Now, that, I think, is beautiful. Another interpretation says the bottle asks you to try something whose results you won't know until you do it. Take a chance. Just as the painter applies successive layers of paint to see what will happen. We tend to think it's good to be careful, but not always. This degree has a refreshing lack of caution that most often carries it to surprising and wondrous places. So we've got that manifestation energy. We've got that healing energy. Now, this is not something that's just naturally going to come in. This is something that you have to actually ask for and intend to use, because intent is everything. But there's, like I say, this degree is a little double-edged. Let's have a look at the symbols. I'm looking at the wrong page here. Was it Kosminski? Right, the Safarial degree symbol says it is a degree of weakness. Adriana Corelli says it's a degree of fatality. Now, that is not as bad as what it sounds. I'm not talking about a Mortal Kombat fatality. It's setting something into motion karmically and receiving karma where required. I mean, okay, we've just had a year's worth of zodiac action that's been all about clearing karma, but I personally think that it's probably something that's never going to entirely run out. Now, the Cherubel degree symbol says that in a birth chart, this can be malefic, to put it gently. I don't want to focus on this. Kosminski says it's a symbol of entrapping. So where I'm saying ask Benefares, Melahel to assist you in your creative projects, ask especially Melahel also for the guidance, if it be right, and it harm none. All of those magical laws, and it harm none is one that tends to be forgotten. People just remember the do as thou wilt to be the whole of the law. It's and it harm none, do as thou wilt be the whole of the law. But you are opening a door to adventure with this particular new moon. Now, speaking of that, it's also something that you may not know what the result is, but you're unlikely, David will correct me Saturday night if I'm wrong, but you're unlikely to be upset in your efforts by some surprise left field event, because the moon is talking to every single planet in the sky bar Uranus. So there isn't that for the moon related projects. I'm not saying something unexpected won't turn up. There's Uranus aspects that's no doubt coming up. I can't remember off the top of my head. But in this one issue that you use the new moon for, this healing new project, what have you, it's not that the result will be unexpected, it's that you don't necessarily know what it is, but it's not something that's going to come and knock you off your feet unless that's in a good way. That's how I would interpret that. I'm putting all this information here for you to make your own mind of and see what feels right. And obviously, it links with your own chart and what way the wind's blowing. And there's Dane Rudyard with the Sabian symbol, a pregnant woman in a light summer dress, um, are showing it's indicating the conception and gestation, obviously, of the project that you are wanting, that you can use this new moon to come around. He sees this as a degree of inner fulfillment, or the potential of reaching towards inner fulfillment, and it has a keynote of fecundity, harvest. So it's double-edged. Ask for guidance, check that it's with the divine plan, and all the little caveats that you want to put in. And if you don't normally put those in, start. I am not suggesting that your will not be done, but the way I was trained, or the way I was work, was always add that "and it harm none" if this be in line with the divine plan, all those sort of caveats, and then go for it hell for leather, probably the wrong phrase, to see what occurs. And you're giving spirit the freedom to take you to the right place while working on what hopefully feels right for you. So, as I said, ask a question. And you don't have to watch this a second and third time, don't worry. Ask your question and I will bring the cards up. Okay, Aries, this seems very much to be about letting go. Now, this new moon is in your first house. So, I mean, it's your new moon, full stop. This is about your story, how you present yourself. But the reading itself, you'll notice we have Misrael as from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. It talks about self-atonement, and I honestly think that there is an element of letting things go and making a commitment to letting things go, which is what this Four of Wands at the base here. We start off with some form of lesson, maybe, of some harvest coming into being, or has come into being. So it may well be you receiving the results of something, or it may well just be you sat in your living room looking around at everything that you've got and where your life is right now, and seeing the value in things. Six of Pentacles here as a clarifying card. And I'm seeing that see the value, because it's almost like there's something that you can share out, but what is holding you back? We have the Ten of Swords here, which always implies a certain finality to me. It can mean eradication, or it can mean certainly an amount of transmutation. Either that king is very, very dead, or he has transmuted to spirit, or a matter has finished, but this is opposing it. So I'm get the distinct impression that there's something that you don't necessarily want to let go of, because we have the Six of Cups here as the how you're feeling. So is you're quite happy as things are. However, what's really preventing you from enjoying your harvest is something that you ain't letting go of, something that you need to separate yourself from. Givura here, the left hand of the Tree of Life, representing judgment. You could think of it as a Martian energy, that which separates. So there's something well worth cutting out. with that self-atonement, there's almost either you're wanting to make things right, or you need to stop blaming yourself for something. You know, that's because hopes and fears, we've got the Six of Swords, that wanting to get to a better place. Are you scared of that better place because of what you have to let go of? Or are you fearing that better place is not coming? Other people are already encouraging you to make a decision about something. Two of Wands here. But guidance is being offered to you from all sorts of, and this is from material people, not just spiritual woo-woo voices. Although do not discount the spiritual woo-woo voices. You know, if you have those inner feelings that say go this way or that, examine them. Are they coming from your higher self or some spirit that's wanting to guide you? If that spirit is one that's wanting to guide you, do you feel okay with accepting that guidance? Or are those feelings coming from some emotional reaction where you think, yeah, I think this because of what happened to me when I was 6, you know, which is maybe as an adult now, maybe not the best basis to plan my reactions on. Because you've been through the fire on this anyway. We've got 8 of Swords. And I'm really interested in this card. This is the past. Really interested in this with just you've been through the fire. You have been through. Well, I'm really drawn to the bull on the card, and what I'm thinking of is how the bull was associated with Zeus. So I'm not going on a Taurus level here. I'm thinking about how there was an imposed supremacy that put you, so some form of outside event, some form of outside rule that put you into a position where, oh my God, I'm here and now I've got the anxiety because I'm here. That was forging you. You needed to see where. This is interesting with the Page of Cups. You need to see where there's good ideas being fed to you and where there isn't. And it's almost like Spirit here with this Page of Cups is bringing you some bad ideas for you to notice them and go, yeah, not doing that. Not going down that road again, or no, that's ridiculous. And Spirit isn't bringing you these bad ideas for you to go, oh, yes, I'll do that. They're bringing you the bad ideas for you to go, yeah, not doing that, because look what a bad idea that really, really is. It's time to make a commitment. 4 of Wands here. Time to make a commitment to getting rid of this and not paying attention to the bad ideas, no matter how familiar they are. And there are other people around you that are helping advise you to go, oi, look, that's no, bad. Don't go that way. Because where we're heading into, King of Pentacles, that card in the tarot where the man is all that. And I don't mean the man is all that in a gender role way. I mean, like if it was a love reading, the house, the car, the charisma, the physical presence, the emotional availability, the blah, 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 all the things that you want. Or are told to want. Anyway, so this shows to me, by this rejection here, by this having been in the fire that's of anxiety that was induced by an outside force, that you are suddenly taking charge. You are going, no, this is the way that things are, and because I've made a commitment to it, I am the one that gets to say. I am the one that is creating my own rules now. Now, this is going to be a balancing act. There is no two ways about it. Obviously, there's duality in everything down here. But I think that by throwing away whatever idea is brought to your attention here, you really do come into your own ability to build. So with it being King of Pentacles, Aries, you're known for being very good at starting, not necessarily so good at finishing. But with that King of Pentacles, there is a stability, a starting firm foundations that get completed. So all in all, this is looking pretty good for you, Aries. I'm quite chuffed. So if it means anything to you, or if it answered your question, please do comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Obviously, it's a YouTube channel. And don't forget, live streaming Saturday night, 6 p.m. GMT. So translate that to whatever your own personal time zone is. Cheers.